As we head to the second half, a look at the Coors Light halftime statistics. Denver has had its way statistically, but you can see 3 turnovers by the Broncos, yet they were able to come from behind and take the lead. As for the quarterbacks in the first half, a solid day for both. John Elway, 12 of 16, 154 yards. Brad Johnson, 9 of 14, 83 yards. But on the ground, the Vikings, a major disappointment. Leroy Hoard, who had a terrific day in his first appearance as a Viking last week, 108 yards. Look at that, 12 carries, only 4 yards. What's your take on the first half?
Well, again, Dennis Green told us in order for the Minnesota Vikings to win this football game, they have to be able to run the ball, and they've got they can't get away from that, Phil.
Well, no, they can't, and they got to be happy. 14-10. Try to keep the game close, and somewhere in the fourth quarter, somebody make a big play and win the football game. That's what he was hoping for here today. It worked for him last week. We'll see.
All right, we're just about set for the start of play in the second half. The Minnesota Vikings will receive as Jason Elam gets ready to kick away. Kadri Ismail is the deep man. Ismail very emphatically calling for the ball. Oh, nice move to get outside and then taken down as he crossed the 31-yard line. Ray Crockett on the stop. Let's check in with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thanks, Marble. I spoke to Mike Shanahan. He was very unhappy with the Broncos. He told me that he told them at halftime that this is the first time all year that we have lost our composure. He's very unhappy with all the personal fouls and with the 3 turnovers. He said that he feels as though the Broncos need to regain their focus, and he hoped he was able to calm them down at halftime after lashing into them, because he said if we play another half like that, we'll be very, very lucky to win another game. Marv?
All right, thank you, Jim. Denver coming in with the best record in the NFL at 10-1. Their best start since '84 when they won 11 and lost 1. And Johnson stepping up. Jake Reed with a good move after the catch and run out by Torrey James, a 27-yard advance.
Well, I have to believe, even though Minnesota didn't get many yards running the football, they faked the run. The Broncos are fooled somewhat. It creates the big hole over the middle for Jake Reed, and Brad Johnson continues to throw the ball very well in the middle of the field, and they're making the big plays.
Well, it's obvious every week when you see it, when a quarterback is that successful, he has time to throw the football, and when you have time, you can complete him.
Now Carter is to the right along the tight end in motion, and a first down at the Denver 41. Now Johnson to the sideline for Carter, and he made the catch. Half possession inbounds. What a move by Carter in front of Lionel Washington.
What a throw. I mean, this throw, I didn't even see any place to put the football, and Brad Johnson throws it on a rope to Chris Carter, who does a wonderful job of getting both feet down. Chris Carter says that one thing he wants to do is to get separation from the defender, and Jake Reed and Chris Carter together.
Oh, it's a tremendous combination.
What a combination.
And a first down at the 23-yard line. It is picked off, intercepted by Mobley.
I would take Mobley now and put him on offense. Did you see him take the ball out of the air? He timed it perfectly. He looked at Brad Johnson's eyes, watched him sling the ball, and he goes up in the air, straight up. Oh, man, that is just a great interception. Watch this. Look at Mobley up in the air, takes the ball away. Reed was the intended receiver. Hoard knocks him out of bounds. Oh, that's great.
So when we come back, it will be Denver back in possession.
At home, anywhere. Kay Jewelers presents Cindy Crawford.
Decorating for the holidays is easy when you know how. Start with some beautiful ornaments. Add some shimmering strands, a festive garland to set the mood, and finally, a little glitter. You'll find all of these holiday decorations at Kay Jewelers.
Decorate someone you love with Kay Jewelers quarter-carat diamond earrings or diamond tennis bracelet. They're each just $99.95.
This holiday, tell her more than words could ever say with a gift from Kay Jewelers.
Taco Bell introduces fajita wraps, a different taste from a whole new place.
Cut it up, spice it up, grill it up, wrap it up, mix it up, fire it up, fill it up, tear it up, wrap it up.
Sink your teeth into Taco Bell fajita wraps. Marinated grilled steak or chicken and roasted fresh veggies, all wrapped up and ready to rumba.
There's nothing ordinary about it. Wrap it up.
John Mobley, the #1 draft pick for the Denver Broncos. That's not him right there. But number 51.
Good observation, Phil.
You can see the athletic ability, and one of the reasons why everybody in this league was trying to get this guy in the first round. The Denver Broncos, well, they were the lucky ones. They picked him, and he's done a really good job for this defense.
Actually had a strong bounce-back game last week against New England because he had dropped off. Here's the pressure on Elway, able to find Aaron Craver. Well, Elway able to stand right in, and Craver has a first down, picking up 15 on the play.
Explain to me, as a quarterback, and you just finished playing a couple of years ago, how do you guys see all this? I mean, look at the bodies are going all around this guy, and then to pick out the only open guy.
It's called practice, lots of it. You know, you run these plays. Paul, really, you run them so many times. As a quarterback, you know, get in trouble, look for that short receiver. That's what John Elway did that time.
Denver first down from their 42. McCaffrey in motion. Davis stopped by Garnett. Well, Michael Shanahan, the head coach of the Denver Broncos, telling us that in an effort, although it has not been that loud to this point, but in an effort to simulate the loud conditions normally here at the Metrodome, the Broncos practiced yesterday with loudspeakers, blaring crowd noise, and it really pumped up the volume. Does that pay off at all?
Oh, we did it all the time, the Giants, and all it did for me was give me a sore throat and a headache from trying to yell over the noise, because you just can't simulate those kind of conditions. And
2nd and 4, Davis short of the first down. Barnett made the stop.
When you're an umpire in this, Bud Fiffick, number 57, is the umpire. Look at Bud. Look out, Bud. See, that's a bad part. He kind of loses his hat. You should never lose your hat. Always hold on to your hat.
It is a 3rd down and 3. 3 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Off the pitch, Davis. They are able to swing him out. He could not make the turn. Good play by the free safety, Orlando Thomas.
well, Martin Harrison, number 91, he's the one that makes his play and blows it up by getting up the field so fast. It makes the runner break outside. Watch number 91, Martin Harrison, up the field, doesn't get sealed inside. Now Terrell Davis has to go so wide it allows Orlando Thomas to come out and make the play.
And the punting unit checks in. Tom Ruin with his 2nd punt of the day. Ant Lee is back at his 11th. And it is a beauty. And it is down inside the 10-yard line. Keith Burns getting to the ball. 41-yard punt.
This isn't my chair, it's your chair. Those are your kids, those are your frequent flyer statements. These are your people.
Good morning, Mr. B.
Morning, Mr. B.
You sit in this chair, you can find out anything.
This your sales meet marketing budget.
Margins on plastic tubing.
But you're not in this chair. You're on a plane, and your people are all over the world. So how do you let everybody know what's going on right now, at this very second? Hey!
Ford Ranger has always been able to adapt to just about any environment. Because Ranger gives you a wide choice of body styles and an incredible variety of available features, like anti-lock brakes and a whopping 4-liter V6. So, no matter how the scenery changes, you can fit in without ever blending in. Ford Ranger, the best-selling compact pickup in America, starting at just $10,880.
Australia's Great Barrier Reef. You don't need fins to swim under it. You don't need wings to fly over it. You don't need 4 legs to run through it. But you just might need to bring this. Because Reef Watch Air Tours, Wild Track Jeep Safaris, and Pro Sail Schooners will take you on the ride of your life. But they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Levi's Wide Leg Jeans. It's wide open. By Lotus. Work the web with Lotus Domino. And by MasterCard. It's smart money.
A moment ago, we were talking about the loud conditions, the noise here at the Metrodome. Now, Paul, that's David Diaz Infante on the sideline.
Yeah, well, they put that in there, and it blocks out the noise far away. You hear the stuff up close. Phil Simms went down earlier. They put it in his left ear, and it fell out his right ear.
And a 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Here's Leroy Horde. Romanowski and Perry combine to make the stop.
Well, I did that, Paul, because I wanted to block out your noise, and it's not working. I still hear you.
Now, that was a pretty good, impressive running play. They picked up a few yards on a running play. And, again, it looks like they're not going to go away from it. Even, you know, because Dennis Green told us we have to run the football and run the clock out and keep Elway off the field.
Well, that's the best run of the day by Horde. And a 2nd down and 4. Horde picked up 6. Try to establish the run. This time Charles Evans was taken down by John Mobley.
John Mobley, he just shows his quickness and speed and just does an excellent job of just flying through. Watching, what's really impressive about Denver's defense when they're coming up into their timing is right along with the quarterback snap count. It enables them to get back in the backfield.
Well, that's almost an impossible play for the tackle, though, too. The guard pulls, and the tackle's got to cut him off. He's taking the angle to the ball.
Quarterback's got to change up his snap count so they can't time the ball. That's the reason.
It is a 3rd and 5. And Johnson's throw is completed for the 1st down. Ismail stopped by Braxton. Tyrone Braxton with the tackle for Ismail, his 1st catch of the day.
This is called a dart. I mean, he threw a dart. Watch this. When he winds up and he's going to Ismail and he just fires this baby. Look at this ball in there. Bam! That's there in a hurry. Crockett has no chance. Braxton, excuse me. Greg Robinson, he was a little upset, his defense.
1st down at the 23-yard line. The deep drop setting up the screen. Horde. Oh, he took a good shot. Horde met by Romanowski.
Well, Jeff Christie, number 62, the center.
And Horde is hurt.
Yes,
Aldridge is hurt also, the linebacker. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know where Horde is looking. If he goes to the outside, he's got an opening. He cuts right back into the white shirts on the screen.
Leroy Horde, who had some excellent seasons for the Cleveland Browns this year with Baltimore and Carolina. Now this is 2nd game with the Minnesota Vikings. There is the hard hit. The sandwich involving Aldridge and Romanowski. Timeout taken. We'll be right back.
Pile up 180. Can you hear me? Tell me your name.
Richard.
We're going to take care of you, Richard.
I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me.
Once I ran to you.
Now I run from you.
This tainted love you've given, I give you all that boy could give you. Take my tears.
Flashing! Turtles!
Clear?
No.
Don't touch me, please.
Levi's wide leg jeans is wide open.
This is Ford Escort. It's new and it's nifty. It's made for the smart, the intelligent thrifty. It's new out and in, has airbags for 2. Even anti-lock brakes are available. Ooh, the trunk, it is huge to hold tremendous treasure. And if your treasure is of stupendous measure, the rear seat folds down to let bigger things in, still leaving room for your next of kin's kin. It has all the what's-its and gidgets, to put it concisely, and Escort's right price should suit you quite nicely.
Well, the good news is Leroy Horde was able to get off the turf and without any help walk back to the sideline as he was rocked just a moment ago. He's been replaced by Scotty Graham. Horde only 10 yards on 13 carries. Alan Aldridge also to the sideline, but the word is he's all right and will be back. And the pass is dropped by Reed, covered by James. All right, let's flash back to a moment ago and listen to the impact of this hit on the
Whoa. See Horde on the bench talking to guys. I was walking across the street when this bus hit me. Man, oh man. Wow. Leroy's all right. He's up.
It is a 3rd and 6 at the 27-yard line. 8:59 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Johnson trying to buy some time and then is able to dump it off. Charles Evans very active in the offense and able to make that catch and pick up the first down. He was tackled by Romanowski.
Well, this is something Brad Johnson brings to this offense. He drops back, he looks down the field, he has good composure, but there's nobody open, so he decides, well, I'll make a play because he has good mobility, but then he spots his short receiver, dumps it off to him, and really picks up the first down by himself by being active in the pocket.
First down at the 35-yard line. And this is Graham for the first time. Scotty Graham in his 4th season out of Ohio State. Last week in Oakland, his best game of the year with 42 yards on the ground.
Alfred Williams is so quick. Watch this move up the field. He goes inside and almost makes the tackle on the outside. And that's quickness.
It is. Alfred Williams, a wonderful pass rusher, but the thing that people don't realize, even though he's kind of thin looking, he has been really outstanding against the run so far this year.
Alfred Williams spent 4 years with Cincinnati, a year with San Francisco, never did get anything going, and then signed with Denver as a free agent and has blossomed. 11 sacks this season. Play action, and Johnson able to find Ant Lee. Another Minnesota first down. The tackle by Romanowski.
You know, this is really smart throwing by Johnson for the simple reason that they had a 4-man rush on that play, and then they're covering like two guys on each receiver downfield. He knows he has no place to go, so what does he do? That one we talked about with Elway, hit the dump man, Ant Lee, the short guy. He's not going to get a lot of yardage, but he does get the first down.
First down at the 47-yard line. Straight ahead move by Graham. Scotty Graham has come on for Leroy Horde, stopped by John Mobley. We're just under 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Coming up next, the conclusion of the World Cup of Golf from Cape Town, South Africa.
Ernie Els. You know, you look a lot like Ernie Els.
Yes, I do.
Is he playing well or not?
He is running away with it, so it's a blowout in football terms.
You know what kills me? It just looks so easy the way they hit it. I mean, I kind of struggle just a little bit.
Second down and 8. The sideline pattern completed. The Chris Carter run out by Ray Crockett.
Well, Brad Johnson today is, besides that one throw early in the game where he threw an interception to Tyrone Braxton, has really thrown the football as well as you could ever expect a quarterback to do. And on 3rd downs, he's really been excellent. And last week he did a good job against Oakland, and today has kept that up and finding the open receiver down the field in tough situations.
Look at this on 3rd down, 8 of 10. It's not bad. 7 first downs.
And he's looking at a 3rd down and 3. Judge rolling to the left and then throwing downfield. Carter with the adjustment, but could not hold on. He was bobbling and ended up out of bounds. Ray Crockett on the coverage.
Boy, I'm going to tell you something. This guy right here, Chris Carter, what a magnificent play. He almost made, what's this? The ball's out. Crockett's the guy that gets his hand back in again, but that was almost a spectacular catch. Watch what Carter does. Pushes away, gets back there. That could have been called pass interference on the offense. You're not allowed to push the guy away.
He did a good job of going around Ray Crockett and not hitting him, but Chris Carter, a quarterback, he's so aggressive as a receiver. He attacks the football, and that gives a quarterback confidence to throw it into tight situations.
All right, third punt of the day by Berger, and the fair catch handled by Smith. 34-yard punt, 5:51 left, third quarter.
This is Ford Escort. Did you know that it's new? If you knew that it's new, did you know the wagon's new too? The engine is new, the suspension improved. A safety cell protects but stays out of view. It's quieter inside to shush out the out. But for those who simply must twist and shout, there's premium speakers on a new stereo, so you can get every note and get it to go. This Escort is great. This Escort is nice. This Escort has a very sensible price. So why not check out the newest Escort this season? We've given you every rhyme and rhymed every reason.
The Panasonic Razor. Shave wet or shave dry. Your choice, your shave. Rinse clean. Work hard, play hard, shave your way. Panasonic.
Energizer introduces the on-battery tester. Just press the dots to make sure your battery will keep going and going. It's so amazing, it pretty much sells itself. Really.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster show how the West was won.
Was that fast? I thought that was fast.
At a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central. Maverick, NBC tonight.
U.S. Open champion Steve Jones, British Open victor Tom Lehman. They seek America's 5th straight title at the World Cup of Golf. Next on NBC.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. I'm Jim Gray. I'm now joined by one of the co-owners of the Vikings, Roger Hedrick. Roger, there have been so many rumors about Lou Holtz taking over this team at the end of the year. Where does that stand as of now?
It doesn't stand anywhere. There's been no contact, no discussion, no official contact of any sort. We're just going to play out the season, try to get in the playoffs, and let the team take care of itself.
Now, Roger, apparently some of your partners, at least two, have expressed an interest in Lou. There are 10 of you who own the team an equal percentage. Have you discussed this with your partners? Are you fragmented, or are all of you in unison about this issue?
I don't know of any official discussion with Lou by any members of the organization, so I really can't confirm what you just said. As far as I'm concerned, we got a season to play. We're going to play it, and we're going to let the season take care of itself.
Can you guarantee in any way, shape, or form that Denny Green will be back next season with the Vikings?
Denny Green's under contract for the next 2 years, and as far as I know, that's where we are.
Roger, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, Mark.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, after the season, as Roger Hedrick mentioned, Denny Green does have 2 years remaining on a contract, and the Vikings do not have a buyout clause in the deal. But to the subject of Lou Holtz, as we watch the Broncos on offense, 2nd and 10 now at the 25-yard line, coming up on 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter, and Denver with a 14-10 lead on Minnesota. And McCaffrey comes in motion. And Elway able to complete. He has Craver, but well short of the first down. What do you guys think? Whether Holtz would end up here in Minnesota, some extracurricular activity, and the officials able to step in? Should he end up here or elsewhere in the NFL? He had a very difficult run with the Jets 20 years ago. How would he do now as an NFL head coach?
He's not. I think he's a college coach, and that's all he has ever been. I mean, he had an opportunity with the Jets. He didn't do very well there. I don't see any reason why he would do very well in the National Football League now.
Well, that was 20 years ago, and a lot has changed. And I think Lou Holtz is a lot more confident in what he can do as a head coach. I think his philosophy, being organized, playing tough, will work well in the NFL now, and he will be coaching in this league next year.
Well, and I can't wait to see Warren Moon run the quarterback option.
Yeah. Well,
timeout call. We'll be right back.
Staples presents the Coach of the Week and congratulates Merrill Middle School for winning $5,000 in school supplies. Last week, Tony Dungy, Mike Shanahan, and Dennis Green all recorded road wins. Which one of these leaders brought home the biggest victory? Stay tuned.
Mom says dinner's ready.
No time to eat. I'm finally ready. I've got all the latest Canon equipment. Printer, copier, word processor, my own multifunction scanner, copier, fax. Nothing can stop me now. The competition's on to me.
Staples has Canon business machines and over 7,000 supplies at the guaranteed low price. Staples, yeah, we've got that.
Last week, the Broncos pounded the Patriots. Denver's Terrell Davis scored 3 touchdowns, and the Broncos defense allowed only 17 rushing yards, making Mike Shanahan the NFL Road Warrior of Week 12.
Can MasterCard predict the future? Well, someday a computer chip in your MasterCard will be able to recognize your finger pattern, making your personal ID truly personal and your MasterCard even more secure. MasterCard, it's smart money.
Are you okay back there, Sarah?
Mommy?
Are you hurt?
No.
She's okay. Are you hurt?
No, I think I'm all right.
Is everyone okay in there?
Yeah, we're fine.
Man, that guy pulled right out in front of you.
Are they okay?
Yeah, these people are all safe.
All right, I'm gonna go check on the other guy.
Mommy.
No, just stay in your seat, sweetheart. It's okay.
This is Eric Kraber. Now watch at the end of it. On the left-hand side of the screen, folks, you're going to see Fernando Smith come in, number 95, and he hits him right in the back. When we looked at it from the other angle, he hits him in the rear end. If he hits him a little bit lower, he's going to turn his legs up.
And now the crowd getting into it, making it difficult for John Elway. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 5. Can't find anybody, and he is taken down. Fernando Smith with his 2nd sack of the day. 7.5 for the season, and what a day it's been for the 3rd-year man out of Jackson State.
Fernando Smith, number 95, he just keeps working inside because John Elway looks right, left, decides to maybe go for the 1st down running. The hustle gets him the sack.
So here's Tom Rowan from his 5, punting to Ant Lee. It's the good hang time. Lee with the fair catch inside the 40-yard line. 42-yard punt. 3:52 to remaining in this 3rd quarter. And the Denver Broncos with a 14-10 lead on the Minnesota Vikings. Well, tonight it is Maverick, Mel Gibson, and Jodie Foster show how the West was won.
Was that fast? I thought that was fast.
James Garner co-stars in Maverick. That's tonight after 3rd Rock here on NBC. Brad Johnson and his Minnesota Vikings start out 1st and 10 from their 39-yard line. And Johnson's pass incomplete, intended for Ismail, covered by Braxton.
Well, Brad Johnson playing really well today and has done a good job, and Brian Billick, the offensive coordinator, has just done a wonderful job of getting Brad Johnson to play well. But one thing he did last week that got him a little upset, Brad Johnson sold it long, and look at this.
It was 3rd
and short. Brad, what are you doing? And he gets on the plane after the game, and he decides, always he calls his mother after the game to see what she thinks of it, and she says, now, Brian, you cannot yell at your quarterback like that during a football game. And
Okay, Mom.
Yeah. So he listened to his mom, so he said he won't do that anymore.
All right, Scotty Graham taking the swing pass. And is bumped out inside the 45 in Denver territory. Tyrone Braxton using the speed to get to Graham. It's an 18-yard pass play.
You know, the most successful plays in this ball game so far have really been dumping it off to the backs coming out of the backfield. Here's Graham. He's out there, makes a quick move to the inside and then back out to the outside. And that was Atwater he put the move on.
Well, Steve Atwater has him in man coverage. He says, okay, here he comes, going to get him. And, whoa. Good move by Scotty Graham, faking him out, getting back to the outside.
One of the rare times Atwater has not been able to get to a Minnesota Vikings. 10 tackles for Atwater at this point. Oh, wide open. The backup tight end, David Frisch, was all by himself. Bill Romanowski finally got him down. And that's good for 20 yards.
A good play action fake, and here's what happens. Watch Frisch right here, going to go. It's a clear out by the wide receiver, and look at the big hole that's created by the play action fake and the pulling of the offensive guard. Brad Johnson throws a nice soft football out there for him to catch.
A first down at the 22-yard line. 2.5 to go in the third. And Johnson finding Graham again out of the backfield. Works his way to the 17, met by Mobley. Brad Johnson has had a really solid game, has that feathery touch. I see you admiring what he has been able to accomplish.
Well, really, to be a successful quarterback in this league, you got to be able to throw it to the sidelines with power, but more than not, you're going to throw the ball with touch over defenders and in holes, and that's the big thing he has done so far today, thrown it with touch and made some easy catches for the wide receivers.
2nd and 5 at the 17. Chris Walsh split wide to the left, but is back to the ground. Scotty Graham able to break tackles, running well. He came on for Leroy Horde after Horde took that hard hit and has done a good job. Torrey James, Tyrone Braxton combined to make the stop. For more on Horde, let's check in with Jim Gray. Well, apparently technical difficulties. Looks like Paul got to Jim Gray's mic. And we're told a slight concussion suffered by Leroy Horde, and they are...
What's a slight concussion?
You either have one or you don't.
They are continuing to evaluate it. 3rd down and 1, and Brad Johnson on the sneak picks it up.
You know, we were talking about Brian Belichick, the offensive coordinator. One of the biggest problems when he was with talking to Brad about him, he said that he told me too much in my ear. I mean, he would sit there and he'd call a play and tell me what to look for and what to do. And here he is on the quarterback sneak. This was easy to call in. Sneak it.
Yeah, get the first down, Brad. And that's a simple message that time. But you're right, Paul. It doesn't cut off. The communication lines don't cut off until 15 seconds are left on the play clock, and he'd have a tendency to overtalk and give him too much information.
It is a 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line. And Johnson looking around and then throwing inside. The leaping attempt. Touchdown. Chris Carter extending to make the catch.
This play is set up. The offensive line just does a magnificent job. Chris Carter sees he has to ad-lib, turns around, goes to the outside, reaches out, makes the catch, and gets his feet in bounds.
We saw him do that earlier in the first half where he did it, where he knows where he is on the field. You talk about always knowing where you are. That he did.
And Scott Sisson adds the extra point. A beautiful drive engineered by Brad Johnson, capped off by the touchdown pass to Carter. And with 23 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter, it is now Minnesota 17 and Denver 14. And the reaction of Brad Johnson, we were talking with Brad yesterday, and both he and several other members of the Vikings said that what Brad Johnson and Chris Carter are most excited about is that they feel that the two of them could take on any other 2 players in the National Football League in basketball and kill them.
Well, they might may be able to. I hear he played basketball at Florida State, but right now as a quarterback and a receiver, they're doing a pretty good job out here today killing people. And Brad Johnson has just been impressive with his poise and his throwing.
And Chris Carter, the brother of Butch Carter, a one-time NBA standout. Chris with 6 catches, 59 yards, and the touchdown.
You know, Brad Johnson is one of those guys that can prove that you can make a quarterback in the National Football League by bringing him along slowly, which they did. And it was a 5-year process for the guy who only started 3 college games, or 3 pro games, excuse me, and 6 college games in his whole career.
7 plays, 6, and brings across the 25-yard line. Let's take another look at that touchdown pass and a beautiful catch by Carter.
Well, just watch the offensive line, then watch Brad Johnson when he drops back here. Watch the defensive line of the Denver Broncos. They do not get off the football. He buys his time. Look at that. The Broncos still at the line of scrimmage, allows the receivers to make adjustments down the field.
But look where the ball is thrown. To the outside, it's either caught by Carter or dropped. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's the draw play. Davis able to pull away and brings across the 35 short of the first down, met by Jason Fisk. And time running out in the 3rd quarter. So after 3, another good performance by the Vikings. They lead the Broncos by 3.
Dateline Sunday, pounding rain, raging rivers. Hear from people who witnessed and survived the devastating mudslides in the Pacific Northwest. Dateline Sunday on NBC.
Watching the cowboy and the coach. Jeff says he just might be a redneck if your living room has artificial grass. Mike says you just might be a Packers fan if you lose your cheesehead when we score a touchdown pass. Back to back on Monday nights, watching the coach at 7 when you touch TMJ4 and the cowboy, but not those cowboys.
Total is $68.92. Oh no, I'm out of checks. $7 cash. Do you take this?
The one card? We sure do.
Okay. Should use that card more often.
The One Card from Bank One. Looks like a credit card, works like a check.
They come from Milwaukee, or West Allis, or Mequon. They prefer the aisle seat, or the window. They like shrimp, or maybe a turkey club. They sip Chardonnay, or mineral water. And they eat their cookie while it's warm, or save it for later. These folks differ in some ways, but by the looks on their faces, they do agree on their favorite airline, Midwest Express. With award-winning service and great fares, we're Milwaukee's #1 airline, and we've got the smiles to show for it.
Legends of Lombardi Avenue, Sunday at 5 on TMJ4.
This telecast is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
On to the 4th quarter. Marv Albert, Phil Simms, Paul McGuire from the Metrodome in Minneapolis. Outdoors, 21 degrees, snow on the ground. And indoors, the Vikings with a hot 3rd quarter and have taken the lead. It is Terrell Davis once again and has the first down, met by the outside linebacker Dave Garnett.
You know, here's a team, the Denver Broncos, when they were down by 3 points in years past, they're throwing the football with John Elway. They know they're in their hurry-up mode right now with the offense, but you see these guys, they won't get away from the running game ever.
And first out of the 41, penalties, flags come flying. Look like the right guard, Brian Habib.
Snap. Ball start. Number 75 of the offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Well, they're just moving in the defensive line. You see Habib just comes up. As soon as he does, Daniel just comes right after him.
It sets it back to a 1st and 15. On the line today for the Broncos, 7-game win streak, trying to match their 11-1 start back in '84. That was is almost picked off by that man again. Orlando Thomas has been a major factor here today.
Well, they got double coverage on Anthony Miller on the bottom of the field, and they throw out there, and Orlando Thomas, watch this all the way. Look at this.
He was breaking for that wide receiver from the snap of the football, looking for the throw.
2nd and 15. Elway getting the protection, and Davis couldn't hold on. Looked like it might have been tipped. Barnett with the coverage.
Well, Denver got in the shotgun formation on 1st down, and what they're trying to do, things are not going their way, so let's change the tempo. Let's try to create a little excitement for ourselves and maybe settle the Minnesota Viking defense down. Well, it's not working.
3rd and 15. Gary Kubiak, the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. The 3rd down efficiency of the Denver Broncos. Quiet day for Terrell Davis. Only 55 yards on the ground. Elway could find anyone. Martin Harrison, one-time San Francisco 49er. He has been in the starting lineup, starting for Derek Alexander, and he comes up with his 5th sack of the season.
You know, one of the things that happen, though, when you know they're going to pass, these guys just keep coming. John Randall's the guy that forces John Elway up into the pocket. When he does that, the other 3 guys are still coming. They make the play.
And the 4th punt of the day by Ruin. And Lee let it bounce. And it's kicked around a bit. Carries out of bounds. Rondell Jones was trying to field it. We'll be right back.
When was the last time you played in the rain? Let your hair go wild. Flexed your muscles to the world. Stayed up past your bedtime. When was the last time you felt this good in a car? Riviera by Buick. See what it can do for your state of mind.
Come on, we can get it.
Dude, go for it.
Are you crazy? Got it. Santa is not gonna like this.
Take an elf home for the holidays on special cans from Pepsi. Right now, when you buy Pepsi, you can get $5 back on Microsoft CD-ROMs. It's a steal.
Oh, how cute. Oh, let's get it for Mom.
No.
She always said she wanted one. Yeah, she could take it anywhere. They're very good protection.
Maybe.
This holiday season, get Mom a gift she'll adore. A cellular phone from Radio Shack. We'll answer all your questions and sign you up right on the spot. Activation's no problem either.
Look, Dad, it likes you.
Radio Shack. You've got questions. We've got answers.
Now get $50 of free airtime with your new cellular phone from Radio Shack.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers. By Buick and your local dealers. Remember Buick, the new symbol for quality in America. And by Microsoft Software. Where do you want to go today?
Well, the Denver Broncos, coming off the convincing victory last week over the Patriots in Foxborough, having their difficulties today. They've turned it over 3 times. They have not really been able to get Terrell Davis going. Has not been able to break one. Only 55 yards on the ground.
Been a little sloppy on the Denver side, but Minnesota last week, they figured out how to play football games again and win them. Run the football, and every once in a while, try to make a big play in the passing game and help out your defense by when you're doing it.
And the Vikings start out from their 47. Johnson taking a good hit as the catch is made by Carter. A diving grab in front of Braxton.
And the other thing, Marv, then have a quarterback who just continues to throw the ball over the middle, anywhere, under pressure, with time, and put it on the money. And Alfred Williams unloads on him. But look at the throw, where it is, and the catch by Chris Carter.
Yeah, look what Chris Carter does. Watch him go down to cradle this ball. He knows that it's way down low. He has to get his arms underneath it. He does that and makes the catch.
I think that's what makes this team so good when they run the football. Jake Reed and Chris Carter outside. Now when you throw the football to them, you're creating opportunities for them more down the field, not those 5- and 6-yard quick routes they've been catching in the, early in the season and last year.
When we showed the stats of the Denver Broncos in the first half, 193 yards in the first half with 3 turnovers now. They haven't turned the ball over in the second half.
And you see the combination, Carter and Reed. They've combined for 9 catches today. What a duo.
Yes.
And the quarterback, Brad Johnson, 21 of 30, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been picked off twice.
Make a defense respect the run. It doesn't have to be great, and it does help the receivers. It helps the offensive line protect the quarterback, and your quarterback's going to throw it a lot better.
2nd and inches at the 46, and Johnson with the surge, able to pick up the first down. This offensive line has done a good job once again. Stussy, McDaniel, Christie, Dill, and Dixon.
Well, what they've done, they've let these guys get aggressive again, not dropping back and pass protecting every time. And hey, offensive linemen, they want to be the guys delivering the blows, and they're giving them opportunities to do that again by being aggressive.
Well, and that's one of the things when you're an offensive lineman. That's why they always say, well, we'd rather run the ball than pass the ball. When they're running the ball, the offensive lineman can attack.
I'd rather hit somebody than get hit.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe not Paul. He likes getting.
And a first down at the 48-yard line. Graham able to get to the outside, stopped by Atwater. Now, prior to last week's game, the overtime win over the Raiders, in front of the entire squad, Dennis Green told members of the offensive line that their failings were primarily responsible for the team's fall from that 4-0 start to 5-5. He put it right on their shoulders, and then he made a couple of changes in the line. One of them was replacing John Jarrett with David Dixon. Now, Corey Stringer is hurt with the ankle problem, so there's Scott Dillon there, but a direct hit from the head coach, Dennis Green.
Well, he put some size in that offensive line. David Dixon, I'm sorry, Mark, but David Dixon goes at a light 359. And then Corey Stringer, when he's in there, he's a smooth 339. So size, and I asked Dennis Green, I said, last week when you played the Raiders, you guys look like the bullies. And he goes, I kind of like that, being the bully. And so this coaching staff will adapt to this new style, and it's going to serve the team well.
This guy, Scotty Graham, has been effective. Here's a guy 5'9", about 225 pounds, built low to the ground, and he's hard to tackle. You've got to get down with him to hit him.
It's a 3rd and 2. 5 carries, 18 yards for Graham. And now Johnson looking to throw. And throws it away. No one in sight. Good pressure from Dan Williams and Alfred Williams.
Well, a little surprised by the call. Run the football or nothing else. Get Brad Johnson outside the pocket because he can move around and make things happen. But he gets trapped inside, and boy, does he take a shot from Alfred Williams. Alfred Williams, if you hold that football too long in the pocket, even though he's double teamed, still beats Hunter Goodwin and Todd Stussy and makes the hit on the quarterback.
And Mitch Berger, the first-year player from Colorado, will punt to Rod Smith. Rod Smith, a guy who's made it back from a broken collarbone, but again takes the fair catch down at the 12-yard line, a 33-yard punt.
Perfect for any game, Domino's has the perfect play. Choose from 3 delicious crusts. There's classic hand tossed, crunchy thin crust, or go deep with thick ultimate deep dish. So make the call and have it all. Call now, and you can enjoy a delicious Domino's pizza during the game. And why not add some of Domino's spicy buffalo wings or steaming hot breadsticks?
When cars pull up to a stop sign, do they check each other out? Do they admire the way the other cars move? Wonder what's under the hood? Do they fantasize about the Aurora, long for its dual overhead cam V8? Or do they just think, yow?
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call now to enjoy a hot and delicious Domino's Pizza during the game. For Hot and Wow, call Domino's now.
Well, still much time remaining. 11:08 to go in this fourth quarter, but it may be time to start thinking of Mr. Comeback and John Elway, one of the best 35 fourth quarter overtime game-winning drives. Second among active players. Dan Marino is tops in that department with 41. And here's Elway going to work, and he's able to drill it. Anthony Miller with only his second catch of the day, met by Dwayne Washington.
Well, Anthony Miller has been quiet. He has caught one pass all day long, and the reason for that, Phil, they're doubling him.
Well, they've been double covering him almost the whole day, but this time Denver comes out with 3 wide receivers. You cannot, it's harder to double the wide receivers because of that. You get single coverage, he makes something happen.
Anthony Miller, 5-time Pro Bowl player, 42 catches for the season, picked up the first down, a 1st and 10 at the 23. Goes down the middle. Terrell Davis with that catch. Bursich and Talley on the stop. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Marv, at New England, what an afternoon Curtis Martin is having. Watch this 12-yard touchdown run. It is a dandy. 32 carries, 137 yards on the ground. This is his 16th touchdown of the season. That's a Patriots team record. 27-6. New England leads the Colts, Marv.
All right, thank you, Greg. Like Darryl Talley was shaken up on that last play, the 5-yard pickup on the pass to Terrell Davis.
Well, after 9 rushing attempts last week by the New England Patriots, I guess Bill Parcells had a new theme this week. We're going to run it. I don't care what happens.
All right, here's Elway back in the bucket. He has got all day to throw the ball. And here's Davis. And we're going to watch for number 55, Darryl Talley on the right-hand side. He goes in.
Talley is down. He's headed to the sidelines. We'll take a break.
What you think?
Oh, no. Nice.
What the Bravada thinks.
Decrease coefficient of friction, divert torque to adjust wheel velocities.
With its exclusive Smart Track system, the Bravada automatically reacts to changing road conditions. So with no buttons to push or levers to pull, you can let it do the thinking.
Oh, no. Marbles?
FedEx uses over 500 airplanes to handle your 2-day package. Costs about $8.
UPS uses over 500 airplanes to handle your 2-day package. Cost? About $6.
The U.S. Postal Service uses over 15,000 airplanes to handle your priority mail 2- to 3-day package. Cost? $3.
So, 8, 6, 3, what's your priority? Priority mail from the U.S. Postal Service.
Over the last 150 years, all kinds of companies that said they'd be there when you needed them didn't stand up to their promises. That's life. Our policy of thoughtful, prudent investing has kept us, well, a pillar of strength for the last 150 years. That's New York Life, the company you keep.
I look at why would somebody sit there? The guy's yawning and the guy on the right. I mean, why would you sit there and do that?
Because you're a big fan. I mean, hey, these guys are fired up for the game.
It is a 2nd and 5 at the 28. 10:14 left in the fourth quarter. And Elway with a bullet pass for the first down, completing with Shannon Sharp taken down by Harlan Barnett.
Well, it's a blitz by the Minnesota Vikings, and Shannon Sharp outside one-on-one coverage with Harlan Barnett, and you can see he uses his size and strength to get away from the defender.
I mean, yeah, look where this ball is thrown to. You know, I talked so many times about where the quarterback's throwing. When it's down and away, there's no chance for a defensive back to even attempt to make a play.
12-yard advance and a first down at the 40-yard line. And Elway throwing on the run. Sharp. That was a gamble by the defender that did not pay off, and Sharp able to run it for 33 yards.
That was Orlando Thomas again, number 43, to try to make a play. But I'm going to tell you something. You've got to give Sharp a lot of credit. First of all, watch Elway, the little pump. He sees the blitz coming up the middle. He gets back out, pumps, and then he sees Sharp on the outside. But the thing about this is that Sharp making these catches when he's been knocked down, stripped of the ball, and still makes the plays.
And that's his 4th catch of the day, 89 yards in all. And Orlando Thomas is hurting. Orlando Thomas, who had an interception earlier for his 4th of the year, 9 a year ago as a rookie to lead the NFL. In fact, led the NCAA with 9 interceptions at Southwest Louisiana back in 1993. A reminder, Thanksgiving Day, NBC Sports presenting more NFL action at the special time of 12 noon Eastern with the NFL on NBC. Marcus Allen and the Kansas City Chiefs go up against Barry Sanders and the Detroit Lions. Thanksgiving Day starting 12 noon Eastern right here on NBC.
Well, that last play really illustrates something that Denny Green did not want to happen today. John Elway says we want to make him stay in the pocket and throw on time. When he moves out of the pocket and gets a little extra, 2 extra seconds to throw the football, good things happen for this Bronco offense, and it's always down the field.
Orlando Thomas walked off the field. It looked like he twisted his ankle because when he was kneeling down, he pointed to his ankle that it went.
Elway 19 of 26, 244 yards. Johnson able to hang in. He's also had a strong game. Elway remaining in the pocket and then throws it away. Thought he had too much coverage on Carswell. The tight end Dwayne Carswell in the area. There's Orlando Thomas checking back in. It'll be a 2nd and 10 at the 29 with 9:06 to go in this 4th quarter. And the Denver Broncos, who come in at 10 up and 1 down, 7 straight wins, are trailing here in Minnesota 17-14.
And here's the situation that Denver does now the last couple of years. When they're in a 2nd and long situation, they're not afraid to run the football.
And that is exactly what they do. But Davis stopped back behind the line by Garnett. Dave Garnett has come up with several big plays.
Well, good guessing by the Minnesota Vikings. They have a blitz on. There's nobody there to block Dave Garnett. A draw play, slow developing play, takes time, and Terrell Davis, easy target in the backfield.
It sets it back to a 3rd and 14. Anthony Miller to the right. Ed McCaffrey to the left. Elway completing to Miller. And he is stopped at the 26, met by Alfred Jackson. And a good 6 yards away from a first down, a 4th and 6. And here comes the field goal unit. Jason Elam, who on the season is 15 of 19. Last week, 2 of 3. He hit from 47. He missed from 52. This is a 43-yard attempt. Looking to tie. He does not. It is wide right.
I'll tell you, this is something that really wears thin on a team. You struggle all afternoon, then you get the ball in a position, and it's not a chip shot, but these are ones that you're supposed to make, and he just hooks this thing away. The ball is placed down perfectly. His leg goes through, and he just whips it to the left. He missed that by a lot.
7:51 remaining, 4th quarter.
Feeding the giant octopus, I call it. The never-ending corporate hunger for computers, information, communications, internet access. What do they think I am? A hero? Or a magician? I can be both.
Where is enterprise computing headed? Look to where the leaders of the PC revolution are taking it.
Taco Bell introduces fajita wraps, a different taste from a whole new place.
Cut it up, spice it up, grill it up, wrap it up, mix
heat at the Taco Bell fajita wraps. Marinated grilled steak or chicken and roasted fresh veggies, all wrapped up and ready to rumba.
There's nothing ordinary about it. Wrap it up. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see.
Feeling safe, being secure. It's why more families rely on Buick LeSabre than any other full-size sedan. Peace of mind from LeSabre.
Back in Minneapolis, Paul, does this guy have a name?
Yeah, Harry Nitwit.
Or just Paul for short.
Oh, man. You know, the worst part about it, he dresses like that all the time.
A reminder, NBC tonight. It'll be...
Or just Paul for short.
Oh, man. You know, the worst part about it, he dresses like that all the time.
A reminder, NBC tonight. It'll be Thanksgiving alien style with an all-new Third Rock. That'll be after Dateline. Coming up later on tonight. Aunt Lee. Covered by Ray Crockett. And it's good for 17.
Well, one way to take advantage of an aggressive defense that likes to get upfield, throw some screen plays against them in the Minnesota Vikings. This is as good as a run. Throw the ball to Amp Lee. Randall McDaniel down the field, making a good block. Excellent call on first down by the Vikings.
And a first down at the 49-yard line. The tight end DeLong in motion. Here's Scotty Graham. It's been all Graham since Ford took that hard shot. Scotty Graham in his 4th season out of Ohio State. A guy who does not fumble. I would have to say that it's something that the head coach Dennis Green really appreciates. He has carried a team record 325 times in 4 years without a fumble.
Well, you just did it to him.
No.
Yeah, that does it.
Second,
he will fumble today.
2nd and 9 at the 48. 6:45 to go in the 4th. Look out. Johnson is hit from behind by Alfred Williams. And that is sack number 12 for Williams.
They snapped the ball before the count was. I mean, he wasn't, Brad Johnson wasn't prepared to get this ball. And everybody else, watch the whole offensive line. They're still standing there. So the ball is snapped. Nobody touches Alfred Williams.
Well, this is what you dream of as a defensive lineman. Nobody blocking you. And Brad Johnson, very alert at the last second, sees Alfred Williams behind him.
Did you see Alfred Williams is going to try to put a move on somebody?
Yeah,
there's nobody there. He moved his arms like the swim move. He didn't have anybody to swim against.
It's a habit.
Well, that is actually number 13. His 2nd sack of the day. Came in tie for the lead in that department. All the pressure once again on Johnson, but he's able to complete to Carter. Nice move by Carter after the catch. Lionel Washington on the stop, but well short of a first down. And here comes the punting unit. So Mitch Berger will drop back inside his 30-yard line, and with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this 4th quarter, Denver will get the ball back, trailing by 3 points. Rod Smith is back at his 10-yard line. Long count. And the fair catch by Smith at the 16. A 36-yard punt by Berger. And the Broncos back to the offense. They mark it at the 17-yard line. And there is the NBC lineup tonight. Thanksgiving alien style on an all-new Third Rock, and then at 8:30, 7:30 Central, the movie blockbuster Maverick, Mel Gibson, Jodie Foster, James Garner star, and the network premiere of Maverick at a special time after Dateline and Third Rock tonight here on NBC.
I saw Maverick. Want me to tell you how it ends?
Yeah.
Nope. Nope, I won't do it.
So John Elway and the Broncos on first down. Davis able to get out to the 25-yard line, just short of the first down. Jeff Brady with the stop.
What does he have presence of where he is, Terrell Davis? He catches that ball. He puts a move on Darryl Talley and just leaves him standing there and picks up another 6 yards on the play.
Then protects the football because he knows somebody is going to be hustling from behind that could cause the fumble.
Watch this. He catches the ball. Now he sees Talley. Watch this. Boom. I'll let you go outside. Throw a little move there. Back inside. And picks up another 6. Thank you. You know, we asked Elway about Terrell Davis. And we do have an injured player on the field. But we asked Elway about, that's Fernando Smith. We asked Elway about Terrell Davis, and he said he is one of the smart players. I mean, he is so much more advanced for his age.
Well, that's what it is. He's so mature. He really understands the big picture, what his job is, what's important for the team. And, you know, usually it takes 4 or 5 years for an NFL player, honestly, to get smart enough to know what's good for himself and the team. But this guy picked it up right from the start.
Well, you will ask him, you know, last week in New England, he had 3 touchdowns, and he kicks the ball all the way down to about the half-yard line. And he said, did you yell at John Elway for not giving you the ball? He just laughed. He said, I don't care about that. I just want to win. I don't care who scores.
He said he was very, very proud of that successful crossover dribble, though.
Oh, yeah.
On the board. Elway, 21 of 29, 261 yards, second down and 1. Steps up out of the pocket and try to force it to Byron Chamberlain, who has not made a catch in the game today. In fact, I think that's the first time that Elway has looked for him.
Well, John Elway does a good job of buying himself some extra time. It's a blitz by the Broncos, but what happens is the speed of this defense, you move around, they chase you down too quick. He can't buy himself enough time to get somebody open down the field, and Darryl Talley does a good job of hustling and covering the receiver.
3rd and 1. 4:40 remaining in the 4th. Here's Davis and has a first down. And that's the running style that the Broncos have become accustomed to seeing. Terrell Davis able to slash his way through.
This is what he does. Watch the power that he has when he goes to the hole. He knows he needs a yard. He cuts back to the inside. Talley 55 gets an arm on him. That's about it. But look at the power that he runs with. His legs just do not stop.
18 carries, 65 yards, averaging just under 110 yards per game, #1 in the NFL. And a first down for the Broncos. Elway off the punt, has Miller. Puts the move on inside the 30, inside the 25. Brought down by Thomas and Fuller.
Very seldom do you see this play. John Elway pumps to the left and then throws the ball outside to the left. Watch the safety right here. Here's the guy he's trying to keep inside to create the hole outside for Anthony Miller. He pumps it inside, makes the safety stop, look at him on the tight end, and then throws a bullet outside to Anthony Miller.
Watch Chamberlain, though. Byron Chamberlain, number 86. He comes back and gets an excellent block in the play.
39-yard pickup. Oh, Elway able to fall on that loose ball. Pressured by Fernando Smith.
Well, this was going to be a toss to Terrell Davis, and Elway just does not get control of the ball. Watch it. He gets it hit.
Brian Habib, number 75, knocks it out of his hand.
It is a loss of 4, 2nd and 14, 33rd career 300-yard passing game for John Elway, number 4 this season. Not bad for a guy 36 years old. Second down and 14. Elway able to stand in and throws deep. It is broken up. Intended for McCaffrey, covered by Washington. And a flag is down. Penalty marker is down.
They've got a penalty on the Denver Broncos, and this is either holding or hands to the face. But this play here, when they throw this ball to McCaffrey, is this designed, Phil, to throw it short so that he can come back to it?
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Number 76 to the offense. 10 yards. Repeat second down.
Well, that's the right tackle, Broderick Thompson.
Broderick Thompson, number 76. Stabs the defender in the chest, and his hands slide up to the face mask.
Well, that...
The referee said, but Paul, to answer your question, yes. Again, the defender, when his back's to the quarterback, Elway sees that, tries to throw it on the line before he can turn around.
That was a low penalty total for Minnesota. Third in penalties coming into today. Again, Anthony Miller. And again, a nice move, but he's well short of a first down. It was a 2nd and 24. Orlando Thomas got the reps on Anthony Miller, who's been the hot man here in the fourth quarter.
He has been a hot man. The first half, this man caught one pass, Anthony Miller. Now, all of a sudden, he's open all over the field. Why?
Well, because the Minnesota Vikings has decided to be aggressive and blitz the quarterback, and that's singling up Anthony Miller. That's why he's getting wide open.
3rd and 9 of the 22.
Got to be aggressive on offense because Jason Elam missed one earlier, so you got to think the Broncos are going to try to pick up the first down with the pass.
Elam missing from 43 yards away, and Elway with a bullet. McCaffrey looking for the first down marker, was able to spin, stopped by Hanks, and looks to be just short of a first down.
Wow. What a great block by Terrell Davis. If he gets the first down, Terrell Davis is responsible for it. Number 30.
A minute 56 to go in the fourth. You're watching the NFL on NBC.
AT&T presents A World Without Limits. How many times can one team cash in on mistakes? Stay tuned.
Want to get your feet wet on the internet? AT&T makes it easy to catch the wave. Every day, AT&T helps thousands of businesses, big and small, search for information, send email, and set up websites where they can do business with their customers. So whether you're a little kahuna or a big kahuna, grab your board and hop on. AT&T. It's going to be a great ride.
On November 4th, 1984, the Seattle Seahawks committed grand larceny against the Kansas City Chiefs. 6 times the Seahawks picked off Kansas City passes. 4 of those interceptions were returned for touchdowns, a new NFL single-game record.
Down the sidelines, Dave Brown, touchdown Seahawks!
Can MasterCard unite the world? Well, the world can't seem to agree on a single language or even a single philosophy, but we can all seem to agree on a single currency. Gold MasterCard, accepted at over 280,000 cash machines worldwide.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Very simple. No stress. They arrange to pick me up free, so I don't have to ask anyone for a ride. See? No stress.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Wow, it's NBC Lilith Tuesday.
Her broom touches down at 11.
She's back for a Lilith Thanksgiving.
I'm nearly done defrosting.
And the turkey?
And don't forget Lil Frederick.
Found it.
Ouch. And Judd Hirsch is on an all-new Caroline. What an entrance. NBC Lilith Tuesday.
Here's this block I'm talking about, Terrell Davis on Jeff Brady, number 50, the linebacker. Here's the catch by McCaffrey. Now watch the right of your screen. Here comes Terrell Davis. Bam! I mean, that is an outstanding block.
It is a 4th and inches, and Phil, it looks like Denver will go for it, although they could be trying to draw the Vikings offside.
Well, I would think so, because if you don't make it, I think you lose the football game. I think here, Jason Elam can make the field goal, put it in overtime, or try to win it late in the game, because this offense of the Broncos is outplaying Minnesota's defense right now. They can win it in overtime.
The long count, Neil. You do a long count?
I mean, that would be my guess.
Well, this would be a 31-yard field goal attempt for Elam, who missed earlier from 43. Now they're going for it. On the roll, Elway. And the pass to Tiger, and Brady looks like he stopped him.
It's where he caught the ball, his momentum forward. I think he's got the first down, because if you look where the official marks it, it's not where you're knocked back to, folks. It's where you first catch the ball. When they stop your momentum forward, They mark it there.
Well, I didn't think it was a great spot by the official, but what a call. 4th and inches, the game in balance. And it's,
well, they picked it up.
It's only the mark, and you gotta understand, folks. I mean, these people are booing. It's not where you knock the player back to. It's where his forward progress is before he had stopped. This is a gutsy play. Kramer's there. Now look where the ball is. Boy, I'll tell you what. Man, does that look like? I mean, that was stopped.
Let's take a look from the all 22. Here he comes out this way. It's a play they love to run in these situations. Well, it's close, Paul.
And a first down for the Broncos at the 13-yard line. Here's Davis. A minute and a half remaining. The clock is running. Minnesota clinging to a 17-14 lead.
And now the Broncos, you take your time. You want to score here or kick the field goal to tie the game and really try to run as much time off of this clock as you can.
And the thing about it is the Broncos can get a first down at the 3-yard line.
2nd down and 7. They are standing here at the Metrodome. Elway throwing and completing. Craver again gets down near the 5. Brady and Garnett combined to make the stop. Denver has 2 timeouts remaining. Minnesota with 3 left. It will be a 3rd down and 2 at the 5.
Minnesota's in a situation, Phil, where they don't really know. Is he going to throw the ball or is he going to run the ball? Because they're trying to get in position to at least tie the ball game. So he really has them back on their heels.
Now to a half minute remaining. Touchdown, Denver!
I don't believe this.
I don't either.
Up in the air. 3 different guys had a shot at this ball.
But the guy who's 6'5", able to use the height and come up with it.
And John Elway had no business throwing this football. Well, sometimes you got to be lucky, but that is, well, that's more than lucky. That's real lucky. But very fortunate. Eddie McCaffrey staying with the play, sees it tipped up in the air, and hustles to the football.
Well, the Broncos got that favorable spot to keep this drive going. 19 seconds remaining. The point after by Elam extends to a 21-17 lead.
Look at the number of people that had a shot at this ball. That thing was up in the air for a long period of time.
You can see the defenders. Number 42, Harlan Barnett, hits it first. Hits it up in the air again, and Eddie McCaffrey makes the interception.
Did Orlando Thomas, number 43, does he have a shot at this thing? Here he is there. Yes, he does. But that's knocked away. Barnett and Thomas knock each other off the ball. McCaffrey gets the ball. So there's Orlando Thomas again, who has 1 interception and a fumble that he's caused. And look at this. McCaffrey heads up, and you're right, Mark. When you're 6'5", you got the advantage.
And also able to fall right, was able to position himself into the end zone off the tip ball.
There were 3 defenders.
He was throwing it sharp, wasn't he?
He was throwing the shit. There were 3 defenders in the way of that throw, and oh, I don't know. Is John going to be excited? He goes, well,
yeah, I think I'll be excited.
Oh.
Well, 19 seconds to go. That was an 11-play drive, 84 yards, 5 minutes and 2 seconds. And it's capped off by the 5-yard pass to McCaffrey off several deflections. Another 4th quarter comeback by Elway, but now let's see if they can hold on for the final 19 seconds as Denver looks to make it 8 straight wins and a record of 11-1. The deep man, Ismail, and here he comes. Out to the 15. He's to the 20 and taken down at the 23-yard line. 14 seconds remaining. Rondell Jones on the stop.
Well, it was a questionable spot by the official on this play, but if they get the first down, you still give Terrell Davis the credit for getting it, because he's the guy that helped on the run. But take a look at this play here. I mean, when you look at there, again, it's a forward progress.
It's a forward progress, and well, it's questionable, but it's so close. You're talking about a matter of 1 or 2 inches, and that angle, right there makes me think that he got just enough yardage to get the first down.
You know why they gave it to him there? Because the ball was in his left hand.
There have been a couple of close calls. The Chris Carter touchdown not appreciated by the Broncos, complaining on the sideline. Final seconds as Johnson is able to complete. And the clock is stopped as Ant Lee made the catch. Clock was stopped at 6 seconds.
There's the only poor selection I've seen Brad Johnson make, and I'll tell you why I think it's a poor selection. Because you're in the middle of the field and you're going to run more clock off. You only had like 14 seconds.
But you're going to call a timeout. All they wanted to do, they were hoping to get this ball probably a little farther than that so he can throw one Hail Mary and reach the end zone, and that's the reason for that call right there.
Well, the timeout is taken with 6 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. And there is one of the Bronco heroes, Ed McCaffrey, who brought his 6th touchdown of the season. Well, coming up, following our telecast, coming up next, the conclusion of the World Cup of Golf from Cape Town, South Africa. All right, 6 seconds left from the 38-yard line. And we'll get a good look as to the strength of the arm of Brad Johnson. Here it is, winding it up and firing downfield. Another tip drill, and it is, was it caught? Yes, it was, by the Broncos. It was intended for Chris Walsh, and apparently Torrey James was able to bat it aside, and that will do it. The Denver Broncos in a come-from-behind win over the Minnesota Vikings, and both head coaches, Dennis Green and Mike Shanahan, shaking their heads. Let's check in downstairs with Jim Gray. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Marv. I'm with Ed McCaffrey and John Elway. John, first of all, the questionable spot. Did Terrell get there?
Aaron Craver, I thought he did. You know, you never know. It's hard for us to stay down on the field, but it's about as close as it gets.
Mike at halftime wasn't too happy with you guys. In fact, he said you're very lucky to be in this game, and he was unhappy with the way that you guys had lost your composure.
And it didn't get any better in the second half, so I'm sure Mike's still not very happy with us, even though we won.
Now tell us about the big play, almost intercepted a couple of times, and Ed came down with it.
I had Shannon over the top, and the guy was playing him outside. I just tried to put some heat on it and get it to Shannon inside, and I didn't see the backside guy who tipped it. And thank God Eddie was right there to take it in.
Ed, were you just trying to bat the ball away to protect the field goal at that point?
He's being modest again. He told me to be aware of the deflection. Thought he had a good angle if he got it right off the guy's hand or helmet, and I just stayed around waiting for the ball.
How many times you practiced this, you guys?
It's happened a couple times in practice, but we haven't broken it out for the game yet.
Guys, congratulations. We look forward to next week.
Thanks.
All right, Marv.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, Ed McCaffrey prepared for the old 4-player deflection deal, and he was able to come up with the game-winning touchdown. We'll be right back.
God is a pimp. I never could have outfought Santana.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Their inexplicable behavior continues. Got to go now. Braveheart is on.
It's not TV. It's HBO.
But I didn't know till this day that it was Bassini all along.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better.
Play 3 Alpha. Spotty.
For myself. For my future.
When was the last time you played in the rain? Let your hair go wild. Flexed your muscles to the world. Stayed up past your bedtime. When was the last time you felt this good in a car? Riviera by Buick. See what it can do for your state of mind.
So the Denver Broncos go to 11-1 for the first time since 1984. They have won 8 straight, maintaining the best record in the NFL, while the Vikings drop to 6-6 down. A very tough loss for the Vikings. Again, the final, Denver 21 and Minnesota 17 coming up next. The conclusion of the World Cup of Golf from Cape Town, South Africa. For Paul McGuire, Phil Simms, and Jim Gray, I'm Marv Albert saying so long. This has been a presentation of the NFL on NBC.
Dateline Sunday, pounding rain, raging rivers. Hear from people who witnessed and survived the devastating mudslides in the Pacific Northwest. Dateline Sunday on NBC.
Monday at 10. How a perfectly good medicine can hurt you and how you can protect yourself.
I would rather take the time than, end up in the hospital or possibly dead.
What you need to know before having a prescription filled. Monday at 10. Former Packers meet at Lambeau to remember their favorite moments. Join Kevin Hunt for Legends of Lombardi Avenue, Sunday at 5 on today's TMJ4.
Here's a tuxedo I think represents not only great value, but a great fashion statement. It's the shawl collar tuxedo. If you're going to a party where there's going to be a lot of dancing, these shawl tuxedos are much more comfortable when you're out on the dance floor. If you went to a tuxedo rental store and rented that 3 times, you'd be better off owning it from the Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it.
The Men's Warehouse in Brookfield on Calhoun and Blue Mount Road.
3 contestants, 1 grand prize. It's Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions. Bob, an attorney from New Jersey, opposes Amanda, a freshman, and a teacher from Texas.
It's the semifinals. Touch TMJ4, Monday at 3:30.
Join today's TMJ4 in giving the volunteer touch.
Our world has become smaller with the passing of time. The game of golf has grown in popularity around the globe. The United States has been the leader in talent and technology, and the World Cup of Golf has